instead he picks up that Elixir of Brilliance, give him some more AP as well as cooldown reduction, and kind of pass his way through the jungle. So now with Mew being in the solo lane against the duo lane, he will kind of take a little bit too much damage and be forced to zone out of his own lane.
There we go, Zonda with his new playground out into the top lane, just putting on some hurt onto Lolita there. And let's see how Lolita responds in a sense, but Zonda leaping in and constantly dealing damage to Lolita. It will be quite a scary thought for him to kind of just stay and sustain up in the lane. But meanwhile, for O'Reilly and Aoi, very aggressive start for them. And that's the thing though, between Zyra and Jace, you do have a lot of potential to kind of just chunk down our opponent, as we do see some more action up in the top lane.
Yeah, so we do have Lolita going on extremely low. Zonda does hit level 2. Lolita is only at level 1. Comes in with the Bowler Strike as well as the Savagery auto attack on his Q, auto attack reset, I'm sorry. So we will have that burst potential coming out from Zonda. Lolita now level 2 does have the counter meek as well as that Ruthless Predator to go in for the stun.
That's right, and Zonda with that Rengar pick also aggressive, and it just suits his playstyle as well. We do see Zonda picking up that most parts, especially in the recent games that he has played, and I think it was just training for this 3.14 patch, and let's see if he's able to use that Rengar pick to its fullest effect, as we do see SOFM slowly moving down to the bottom. And that's the thing with the Elixir of Brilliance start as well. You want to secure one kill, if not, the Elixir will just go to waste, and all that money will have just, you know, just gone equipped.
I just like to point out this video in the river itself allows as well as O'Reilly to kind of spot out any ganks coming from SOFM. So SOFM will not be having a fun time in this bottom lane at all. When we see in the top lane, Zonda just bullying out Lolita completely, and Lolita has no answer to this Ruthless Predator at all. But it seems that Neolution Esports Full Lewis may have a game plan coming in. It would seem that they put Violet and Rusika much pressure onto the turret as much as possible, and then rotate this duo lane to try to ease the pressure away from the rest of the side lane. So if they can pick up the turret as fast as possible in this mid lane, they will be able to kind of alleviate some of the pressure being put on their laners itself.
That's right, and there's something I want to point out about the as we do see Mew jumping into the fray with the slingshot, but it's not going to land on the bottom lane duo of the Taipei. Is that he likes to go on. And there we go, some warning action coming down from both Lewis and Rosika. It does look like, they will move Rosika down to the bottom lane to assist Mew in this never-ending siege of Aoi and O'Reilly.
Yeah, that's right. A good thing about having your duo lane in the mid is that the support can easily roam to either side lanes to provide some support. So the vision ward there being taken out very easily, because the moment Rusika stepped into the brush, you realize that the vision ward was there. Vision wards are now not invisible, not stealthed up anymore, so but they do have 5 hit points. So you can see the vision ward, but it takes a little bit longer for the vision ward to go down.
So a very good point about having Rusika to just move down to the bottom lane, and he does have the freedom to do so, because the mid lane was wide open for him. He could just easily just walk down and do so. And
I just realized that the client has a typo. Places more wards.
Ah, okay.
So anyway, something I found interesting there. So Zonda and Lolita just dueling it out in the top lane. Zonda will not hop out of that brush, but instead just walk away from this huge minion wave here. He can easily use that battle cry to just to just heal himself up. He does have that pot taking away, and he should be able to sustain quite easily against Lolita in the top lane.
Right, I have to give some props to Lolita, though. He has been bullied out by Zonda for the most times already, especially in the first 3 or 4 minutes, but he is holding his ground pretty well. And something about this 1-to-1 matchup is that between both Rosika and Violet, they will be able to somewhat control next ABC, and that's the typical strategy that Taipei snipers, they themselves like as well. But the key thing for it to work is that you need SOFM to be that ever-dominating presence in the jungle to kind of help out your side laners. But at this point,
the Paranoia will go in now. Rosika take it down extremely low, and he will go down. First blood goes to wins the Mega Infernal Bomb there for just some assurance, but is not able to pick up the kill on the next ABC. The chase will continue. Violet ultimate up, a real fight. The Fear Tether will go on to Violet. SOFM getting exhausted, forced to flash away. Will Violet be able to get out of this one? I do not think so, and the shockwave will just slowly fly and hit his face.
That's right, the shot blast will hit his face, and something that I would like to point out, Wins was so precise the moment that he went in. Once he hit level 6, he knew that it was the right call to go in, and he just flew right into the fray and picked up first blood. And there we go, some skirmishes up in the top lane once again.
Yeah, so the skirmishes does go in, but I like to take a look at this bottom duo lane and the mid duo lane coming in from both teams. 91 gold shared on this relic shield on Rosika, and on the side, the Targon's brace already being upgraded, 134 gold and 101 gold. So Wins actually come in for the counter jungle, able to pick that out. Rosika top tether exhaust Wins, and it seems that next ABC will be there to join the fight. SOFM coming in, has that shield onto him, continuously chasing XABC, pops the barrel. Will next ABC be able to get away from this one? Does manage to flash away. SOFM Rosika will not be able to pick up the kill on next ABC.
Very close call for next ABC there with that Zig, and I was not too sure what the vision ward was about, but nevertheless he would just, I think, have that for the safety of himself to kind of deter away the aggression from SOFM. But now it's back to the bottom lane with the never-ending siege between Mew and the rest, the duo lane of Taipei snipers, and it does look like Lolita slowly but steadily loses traits. And there we go, Violet picking out the first turret of the game, and that's the other change for the 3.1 for patch as well.
Yeah, the turret gold shared among each, not 100. If you take out the outer turrets, I believe the champion that actually takes out the outer turret will receive 100 gold. But we do have action up in the top lane with Zonda popping the Dominus and SOFM joining the fight. Zonda will now pop his Unseen Predator, the Thrill of the Hunt coming out, and it seems that he's able to kind of just heal up with the battle roar and walk away from that gang. So great mechanics coming in from Zonda, using the Thrill of the Hunt to just get away from that very dangerous gang coming in.
That's right, but at this point of time, it's still pretty equal across the board. 1-2 in terms of kills, and you know, Full always managed to take out that one turret for themselves, but they are still lacking behind in terms of goal. I think it's just purely because of the CS difference, as well as the fact that they have 2 Targon's Brace on their end.
Yeah, so very interesting to expect NFL to and try to alleviate some pressure on lanes, but the Let's Bounce comes out onto Mew. Awe takes a turret shot to the face, and Mew managing to kind of alleviate some of the aggression coming in. O'Real will go in with a few auto attacks, but Mew desperately needs some backup in this bot lane itself. So the top lane turret extremely healthy, bot lane turret not very much. I do expect them to rotate down to bot lane as soon as possible to try to prevent this turret from going. Right,
but it's almost like the damage has been done. Mew has been seen to, you know, kind of lag behind of CS as we compare. Next ABC is sitting at 61 CS, and for Mew it's 43. So I mean, the effect has been done, especially for the first 10 minutes. So it's kind of crucial now for Full Lewis to buy some time for themselves. But you know, for Taipei snipers, the same can be said for them, because they do have that Targon, double Targon, happy sit in lane and farm up much they can.
That's right, so we do see that lane swap coming in as I expected. Now it's gonna be the dual lane up against the dual lane for the side of NFL as well as TP, as Zonda here attacking up the turret a little bit, trying to get some more damage on the turret. Now the top turret being taken out very low. Lolita will come back, going to slice and dice as well as the Ruthless Predator. He seems to have come up on that trade, so they have very similar items coming in. Lolita able to get that additional Doran's Blade in his inventory.
Right, so looking at the match up right now, next ABC finishing up the early Chalice, and I think he will be looking to upgrade that into the Unholy Grail soon, and that will just bring somewhat a very good amount of sustain on his end. And Lolita now taking up the big ward up in the top lane, and you know, that will impending threat that is SOFM moving up.
So Mew goes back to the bottom lane. Extremely interesting, I feel, because I expect Rosika and Violet just to go there, defend the lane, and just prevent them from getting that additional global goal. But instead, they are happy to try to deny next ABC from more goal. Lolita now being jumped on by Zonda. SOFM coming in with the hate spikes is not able to deal as much damage, but Zonda does pop the Trail of the Hundo, so that will not be available anytime soon.
But it doesn't look like Zonda is just so comfortable to, you know, just battle cry, make sure that he heals himself back up, and just stick around in the top lane and be that distance. And we've seen that time and time again as well, not just in these 3.1 full patch and the 3.1 3 patch as well. So I think it's more or less for Zonda to kind of master that and just be an annoyance inside of.
Yeah, Lolita have his dominance of SOS for the dominance must pop that, but that counter get coming from Wins. Lolita now taken out very low. Will Zonda survive? Does manage to get that Ferocity heal out. Now only SOFM is in the fray. Zonda will go down. Now it's Wins and SOFM dueling out, reaching out the Mega Inferno Bomb. Will not be able to take down SOFM. Now Wins in a little bit of trouble, but Rosika does come in from the back side. He does manage to pick up the kill. Violet now come in next. ABC will get rooted in place. The focus resolve will come out. The exhaust go in on XABC. The barrier gets popped. Rosika continues in for the chase. The ace in the hole will not pick it up.
Wow!
But the auto attack will come out. Rosika picks up that kill.
Power to the supports in the 3.14 patch. That is gonna be one kill that Rosika will be happy with. So with that, Full always bring the kill count to 43, but is that the right call for them? They did manage to take up the top lane turret, but for Oriel and Awe, they have been left alone all the way at the bottom, able to control Mills once again, and putting on some hurt onto the inner turret in the bottom lane as well. So, and having those target space, I wonder how much gold they have at this point of time to bring back when and what their first major buy would be for their side.
Yes, so they do manage to get up almost 700 gold on both Targon's races in total. But it does seem that gold difference on both sides are quite even. Difference only in advantage for the Taipei snipers at about 200, 300 gold. So we do come in, and that steal coming from you. The Let's Bounce goes in. Lolita joins the fight, gets exhausted, does not have his dominance of cooldown just yet. Wins taken down very low. The bouncing balls will chunk SOFM, but the hate spikes will come out picking up the kill onto Wins, but the slingshot comes in, knocks up next ABC. He will use the living field to kind of zone Mew out, and it seems that Zonda is left in the top lane, split pushing, takes down the outer turret in the top lane, and will continue on his split push mission. Mew now sent to destroy this vision ward, and great steal coming in by Mew.
That's right, and it's also kind of like karma for most of the time that Wins, taken away major objectives away from the all Wins.
Yes, the Garena Premier League does not have karma on his side.
He doesn't have the right amount of karma to do so.
So we do have Zonda leaping out from the brush. Will Lolita continue to carry on with this? Does have both of them does have their ultimates up. Zonda will fancy his chances. Does have the Sunfire Cave. Lolita now pops his dominance. Will Zonda decide to use the Trail of the Hunt? He does use the Trail of the Hunt at this point of time. Will he disappear and break out of stealth? He will see SOFM come in. SOFM will pop that shield, but he does get the Bowler Strike onto him, so SOFM will not be able to continue that chase. The Agony's Embrace.
That's right, a very awkward moment for SOFM as well. He just moved in with the Agony's Embrace, but he just kind of just lost in the wave of the creep, the paranoia, and not too sure. I think he was hitting on Violet there, but he just flashed out of the way, and he will be safe in the exchange. But this point of time, a lot of members being gathered up in the mid lane on the side of Taipei. There we go, the red disco ball, searching out for any wards, just in the vision for Lois there.
Yeah, that's right. The red disco ball will try to spot out any wards in the mid lane. If there are any, it will disable that ward and allow Azubu Taipei snipers to just kill that one. So the aggression in the mid lane by the snipers is now met by a 3-man defense of Violet, Rusika as well as Lolita. So Azubu Taipei snipers do not fancy their chances in the mid lane for that one. At this point of time, they will go back into the jungle, pick up some more of that farm, and it will go to a short stalemate at this point of time. Who do you think has that better advantage? Because Uluis now has that slight goal lead for the first time in the game.
That's right, I think that for both teams it is quite crucial for snipers to pull up the right, at least to kind of spot out the gangs coming in from Taipei snipers, and they were able to kind of counter initiate quite effectively. At this time around, when we see Mew in some trouble, I think he just spotted out Wins in the process, and he will be able to back off from that engagement.
Yeah, this side ward here will be able to spot out Wins, and it seems that Awe and next ABC needs to back off from that one, because it's a 3-man push in the mid lane ward there, and they will just kind of mill around, and SOFM will spot out this vision ward, will try to take this down as much as possible. The shock blast through acceleration gate will not hit anyone, and it seems that stalemate will continue with Azubu Taipei snipers actually pushing out in the mid lane. Mew getting out getting caught out by Zonda, does hit the bowler strike, slowing him down slightly. Hit burn down.
That's right, and it's so close with both teams at this point of time. It just goes to show that, you know, these teams, they understand each other well, and having played for 5 weeks already, they kind of just read each other's moves and understand each other's playstyle.
Yeah, speaking of which, I really need to hand it to these teams. Azubu Taipei Snipers is their first professional game on the 3.14 patch. They played a few games earlier today on the 3.13, so having to switch up the playstyle on the fly is going to be very important for such a team. So being able to adapt to these patch changes is something that a professional gamer must take into account.
That's right, and you know, given the sense that it's on a completely new patch and with so much changes, I think because of that, you know, Full Lewis are not extremely affected by the fact that they didn't have any bans in this game. So, I mean, some of the crucial picks were taken away from them, like the Annie pick as well as the Shamana pickup, but I mean, it's pretty much just equal between both teams.
Yeah, I really like Rosika on Karma. It allows them to get so much map mobility. Yeah, having Karma on your team, and that lockup on the focus resolve will allow you to get that additional CC coming in. SOFM back off to Agony's a massive shield as well as slow. Coming into focus resolve can combo that lock in and allow them to pick up an easy kill.
Okay, so it does look like both teams, they are kind of at a stalemate and the game has kind of slowed down. It's because primarily the two outer turrets on the side lanes have been taken down already, as we do see Wins taking out one of the newer camps, and it is the only new camp in the 3.14
It is the only new camp, but there are significant jungle changes because the jungle monsters now scale according to the average champion level in the game. This kind of allows the laners as well as the junglers to continue to take the jungle camps, and it gives them the significant gold and experience. And not only that, it's not only the jungle camps but the epic monster scale as well.
That's right, so you know, once again we do see Dragon being the next new hotspot for contempt. It will come back into play. Last time we used to say that turret is always worth a trade for a Dragon, but this time around we can't say for sure.
Yes, we cannot say for sure. Depending on the level of the Dragon, it may give the team a little bit more gold and experience than a turret. So Zonda hopping on to Violet. Now Violet in a world of trouble. SOFM will come in for the backup. He does pull down the hate spice, but at the back line, O'Real will come out with the acceleration shock blast, chunking down Violet quite low.
That's right, and the amount of damage on O'Real right now is pretty much quite painful, and having the neutralizer as well as the pickaxe, really, I suppose the next item that he would want to go for is the Last Whisper, as we do see both teams are moving towards the Dragon Pit. Will we see a steal once again?
Yeah, will we see a steal? No steal coming out, but the paranoia, the violence gets belted out. Rosika in trouble. Who gets the let's bounce, disrupts a lot of the members. SOM gets exhausted. Zonda in the back line. O'Real taken down extremely low. Rosika will get the better of that one, allowing Mew to pick up the kill, but Wins is in the back line. Mew will have the cell division passive being popped. Zonda always still alive. Wins now trying to get the blocklet down. Mew will die to Zonda. And now Lolita unable to do anything with 4 members pouncing on it. The jump onto Zonda will force Lolita to flash away, but still on the meek. But SOFM on the side, Rosika, it doesn't seem that he'll get away from this one.
Right, but look at the time they have to take to try to take him down. I would say that it's a rather messy team fight from both ends, but for actually it was Full Lewis that managed to kind of pull that back for themselves. There we go. We will see a replay shortly for what happened down the pit. First, it pulled up the Dragon for themselves, and with Taipei Snipers collapsing onto Violet, it was a quick kill for them. But between both Awe and Mew, there were a lot of knockups coming in, especially with the Let Cross as well as Strangletons, just, you know, stopping the fight for a short period of time, and Rosika and Mew eventually managed to lock down O'Real, and he was the second member to go down in the process, and Wins turning his focus onto Rosika that will be able to pick him down out in the brush. And you know, at all this time Lolita was just left untouched, and even though he was pretty tanky, but he didn't really have the amount of lockdown as well as damage to take out the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's right. So we have here the Neolution Esports Full Lewis actually come out into that fight, so the goal advantage will go to the Taipei side at this point in time, but still this game is extremely close. Look at the amount of wards being placed onto the map. This is the vision of Neolution for Lewis. They have actually warded out the entire river area to spot any transitions from the jungles itself. But on the side of Azubu Taipei snipers, they have some deep wards coming in. We may see Zonda go in very deep and try to burst down a squishy carry.
So that's the coming in from Red. You see a lot of items being completed and with so much extra access to gold, it's not too surprising to see, you know, most players pick up some good amount of items at the 22-minute mark. So we do see the Spirit Visage as well as the Sunfire's Cape being completed on Zonda, and the Spirit Visage as well as the jungle item being completed on Winds as well. And I think the next power spike that we'll see coming in from Taipei snipers is when Oriel finishes up that Ramana, as we do see an engage up in the top lane.
Yeah, Oriel taken down extremely low. SOFM does have the haste spikes running. I think Oriel will go down to this one, but the Mega Inferno Ball will come in. Paranoia gets in. Winds will get a Fear Tether of SOFM and get the kill off that one, but it seems that at the back lines, Lolita trying to run away from his life and gets the bouncing bomb, eats a bouncing bomb into the dom, gets rooted down by Zara, and next ABC will pick up the kill on that one.
That's right, so it was a 1-for-2 trade in the favor of Full Lewis there, so in a sense kind of pulling back their goal advantage, but still having a 1.8k advantage, goal advantage for Taipei snipers at this point of time.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-2 trade in favor of Azubu Taipei snipers because both Lolita and SOF have gone down and only Oriel was the one to die in that. And on like with Mew here both having that Sunfire Cape and the Spirit Visage, so Zonda able to heal that much more from his Battle Roar. So there's going to be a very tanky Rekka coming into the game.
You see Violet as well as Musika moving down onto Zonda here. And there we go, the Let's Buff will pop onto Zonda there.
Yeah, the Tether will come out, stuns him in place. He does pop the Trail of the Hunt. No one knows where Zonda is. He actually goes back into the fight, pops that Battle Roar. Zonda will be able to get away from that one because Violet taken out very low, eats a bouncing bomb to the face, gets the shield as well as the speed up from Karma, but they will go back, try to heal up as much as possible.
Right, because of that, Full Lewis will move down to this bottom lane. And you know, the only member on the side of Full Lewis that is not with them will be Lolita, but he will be applying pressure up in the top lane, and that is something that Taipei snipers have to kind of respond to. But meanwhile, let's track off some of the items that some of the champions have picked up already. As well as having finished up that needlessly large already, I expect more burst damage coming in from him. He is on his way to complete up either the DFG or the Zhonya's Hourglass, so he does have some flexibility in that sense.
That's right, he can either go for the DFG or the Zhonya's. It depends on which one he wants to prioritize first, but it does seem that Lolita wants as well as the Sunfire Cape. So both the top laners going to be very tanky, and let's just see where the next fight will take place. Dragon will be up in another 1 minute. Baron buff still not being contested just yet at this moment. Look at the amount of wards happening. Even though the players are limited to 3 side wards and 1 vision ward each, look at the amount of wards coming out from both sides.
Well, I guess you can say that, you know, you can change a lot of things, but some things just never change.
Some teams just never change indeed. So them sharing the ward burden is something that teams have to adapt, and it seems that both teams have adapted quite well to this ward changes, so very good adaptability on both sides. So they're just going into the stalemate. We may see a gank coming in onto Winds because SOFM will be there to deal with this huge minion wave. The Vision Ward here will be able to spot out any other wards here when the Dragon comes out in 3, 2, 1. Dragon is live now, and it seems that Neolution Esports Full Lewis will rotate to the Dragon, but they must deal with the Zonda split push in the top lane.
At this point of time, Dragon is a huge priority, and they will pick that up for themselves. So more gold swinging their way. They bring back the gold count to only a 700 gold difference. It does look like Zonda will not be able to push fast enough to pick out the top turret, and Lolita will be able to respond to that.
That is right, eats a turret shot to the face. Lolita now dueling it out with Zonda. They both have their ultimates up. Will Lolita go back? Winds just hops using the Unseen Predator passive. The slice and dice will come out, including the Ruthless Predator. And on the back lines, SOFM wanted to join the fight if Zonda decided to take his chances against this Crocodile.
right? And at this point of time, the team has we do have a second of reader to kind of talk about some of the items. It seems like both Rosika as well as Awe have picked up our new favorite 3.14 item.
That's right, it's gonna be the face of the mountain. Face of the mountain allows you to put in that dead flanks, sacrifice your putting a shield onto your carry or maybe even yourself. It consumes 20% of your current health, and this shield will not only absorb damage, but after it takes away, it will just explode in your face.
Right, and it works so well for them as well, because what they can do is put that shield onto either Rengar, or for the side of Full Lewis, it's gonna be will probably be placed on SOFM, and they will be able to kind of use that stealth to their advantage to start the engage. And I think for most part of it in the 3.4 patch, this stealth initiation is going to be the new danger threat for most players and most teams out there.
And but it seems that the initiation coming out from Full Lewis as well as TPS does not hold up to the stealth champions. The stealth champions usually will go and flank through the backline, but the Parrot will come out to Lolita and Zona as well as win onto it. Just away, but the Fear Tender does still pop his dominance. I do not think he'll be able to get away in time. Another Fear Tender will come out. Bola Strike will slow Lolita down. He manages to slice and dice away, gets the health regen back, but it seems that Zona will still be able to pick up the kill on that one. But in response, we have Full Lewis going all the way into the mid lane, but our way as well as Oriel will respond and have that massive amount of wave there. Rosika taken very late chance to come take down Rosika. Mew will be forced to get out. SOFM gets stunned from the Bola Strike. He will go down next. Wins actually gets the tether off onto Mew, but under the turret, will they dive this one? No, it does not. That does not seem the case. So there we have it. 1 kill, 2 kills in favor of Azubu Taipei Snipers.
Right, and that was a very tactical move from them as well. They managed to find the pick they need up in the top lane against Lolita, and you know, Full Lewis wanted to make full advantage of that. They just marched down into the mid lane, but at the same time, between next ABC, Oriel and Awe, they were able to clear out the wave effectively, and there we go, let's bounce by Mule there into the Baron pit.
Yeah, so he does not have that spite out. He's forced to flash away with projection, actually spite it down. Mew does have his cell division passive up. Will they fight this one? Violet in the back line, trying to deal as much damage as possible. Awe hasn't gone down. Just Mew is the first one to get taken down. Awe will follow Lolita in the front line, trying to do as much damage as possible. Oriel gets the double kill down. Rosika in a little bit of trouble. Violet will flash out of that one. It seems that the next one to go down will be Rosika. Next ABC does not go down, which is on a killing spree.
That's right, a very good call from them as well. And they take up the Baron buff in the process, so one more major objective being swept away from Full Lewis. So they will slightly increase their goal gap to a good 4.6k advantage, and I think that's the key.
Whoa, SOFM nearly caught them out in the recall there. He wasn't able to actually put down any of his spells. The hate spikes will not have hit. So they managed to recall quite safely, have the Baron buff on 4 members. Awe went down in that fight, so Azubu TPS, they will push the advantage now. They have a slightly less than 5,000, it's about 0.5k. However, NFL do have their outer turret still standing, so that's gonna be a lot of control. But Wins comes into the paranoia. Violence gets caught out. He will go down to Wins. And missing, but still allowing Jace to pick up that assist.
That was effectively just Wins diving onto Violet alone, and that just goes to show, you know, with that amount of items being completed on him already, he is the scariest predator on the side of Wins, I would say, because he can just deny away any form of vision and just, you know, come at you from all kinds of directions.
So would you say that carry junglers are working? Because on both sides, we have Evelyn, who is 5-2 and 0, and we also have Wins being played by not being played by Nocturne, but playing Nocturne. And in this fray as well, Zonda actually is extremely low. The Agony's Embrace pop. Zonda uses the Trail of the Hunt to just walk away from that one.
Right, Taipei Snipers in the meantime will take out the remaining outer turret, and they will be looking to do work on the inner turret at this point of time. It does look like Full Lewis will not be able to stop this push. Mew will be forced back with 4 members of Taipei Snipers collapsing onto them.
That's right, Zonda still being an irritating predator in the bot lane, split pushing, forcing 2 members to respond to this one. Mew taken out very low, does have his self-vision passive up. Lolita swings around, says hi. Awe will take the bullet to the face. Win try to use that spell shoot to block out that ace in the hole, but does not able to do it. Awe will not go down, does have a lot of help on his side. Picks up a haunting, guys. I'm so super happy that supports now are able to get other items outside of aura items as well as the side zone. So now he does pick up the haunting, guys. May build into a Leandry Storm suiting.
What would you say? Power to the supports.
Power to the support indeed.
Right, and we do hit another wave of power spikes. We do see Oriel finishing up that Mura mana already. So a lot more burst damage gonna come down on his end. As we do see Zonda now, like you said, being that annoying little predator and takes out that spot in the turret for himself.
He's not very little now, is he? But we do have Mew coming in for a slingshot, knocks out XABC. Next ABC will flash away from that fight, goes down to the let's bounce onto Mew, which tried to disrupt in the back line. Arway nearly going down to an ignite, will survive that one. Wins will pick up Violet, Wins now going down extremely low. Lolita trying to deal as much damage as possible, pops his dominance. Zonda now wrecking face, gets a double kill. Oriel's the one to pick out that double kill. SOFM nearly going down. Rosika will now go down to Oriel. Having that barrel buff and that extra regen will allow them to survive that fight and pick up the bot inhibitor turret.
So it was almost an ace, and will SOFM actually go into the fray? It does look like he is quite afraid, and he should be, as we do see Zonda pouncing onto SOFM there. Will they actually finish up the game here? It does look like the first Nexus turret will go down, and with Wins collapsing, that's the ace coming in from Taipei Snipers. They will take out the first Nexus turret. The second Nexus turret goes down as well. It does look like Taipei Snipers will be able to pick up the victory here tonight. It is GG, well played.
That's right, GG, well played indeed. So the Azubu Taipei Snipers pick up their first win in the fourth, put in first place, and in this game, Attitude will need to beat Saigon Fantastic 5 to tie Taipei Snipers for first place. And with this lost Neolution Esports full list, now ties Singapore Sentinels for the third spot.
And they will have to play a tiebreaker match to determine who is going to be the third and fourth seed respective. And let's talk a little bit about the game of what happened. I think between both teams, they